I know in my past videos I've said that Vinland Saga is probably the best anime to come out this season. Well, that was until I finished watching Astra Lost in Space. The show always had an interesting premise to me, but I never thought it would turn into a great show like this. From the very start, we are introduced to a cast of characters. You can tell that each character have their own unique style and fun personality, but they also have this mysterious type of tone to them. Astra Lost in Space does a great job with character development, as we see throughout the series. At the beginning of the show, we hardly see any of the characters that actually like each other, besides Kanata and Ares. That all changed when the first turning point of the series happened. Being trapped out in space with a randomly put together squad of students is probably the best way to bring people together, especially when you have an outgoing, courageous, yet dim-wit of a leader like Kanata, who will jump at any opportunity to save someone's life. This show brings up the darkest secrets of its character's backstory to almost force a relationship with you, where you kind of can't help but feel bad for some of the lives they had to live. Halfway through the story, I was beginning to think that this plot was very predictable and cliche, where the characters get lost in space, they try to find their way back home, maybe get attacked by some aliens, and someone sacrifices themselves for the others to get away and make it back home. Honestly, that's where I thought this story was going until the second plot twist happened, when they find out that there's a traitor on their ship. This is what changed the show for me, because it brought in that suspense element of who could it be and which one of them is it and why are they doing it. But instead of turning it into a detective CSI investigation type of story, they forget about it. Almost literally, Kanata's personality trait of being a very trusting person persuaded everyone to not worry about it right now because they're just trying to get home and they can deal with it later. Which I thought was very different for them not to sit on the concept of traitor on the ship and actually move on with the story. Because it tends to make the audience forget about the traitor because we're shown how much closer the characters are to each other. They were all becoming a family, and it was hard to think that someone inside that group would want to ruin that. It was at this point that I realized that characters can really drive a story, and without good, intricate, and unique characters, no one would finish watching any anime at all. Astra Lost in Space offers a lot more than just a adventure sci-fi anime with good characters. It makes you feel connected to the story and feel satisfied by the end. Like, this is one of those animes where you can actually think that this is a possibility in our world. Maybe not this time period, but in the future, something like Astra Lost in Space could be possible. This anime has a very solid story that is consistent all the way throughout to the end with little to no holes whatsoever. Whoever wrote this story deserves an award for this compelling story this anime tells, from the initial conflict in the beginning to the numerous plot twists towards the end, and does all of this without changing the original goal of the anime, which is to get back home. They cover all of the group's struggles, conflicts, internal and out, and their best moments together to build with the audience, so the ending will hit a lot harder than it should, to be honest. And the fact that this is a complete story makes the show even better. By complete, I mean there is no more source material. All of it's been adapted into this anime, and as far as I know, no second season is scheduled for release. With this being a complete story with all its loose ends cut and a very satisfying ending, I really believe Astra Lost in Space is this season's hidden gem. And if you're still on the fence about whether or not you should watch this anime, just know that this is an anime that will age well, and even though it's getting overshadowed right now by its huge hype machine animes like Demon Slayer and Vinland Saga, this show will leave a deep impression on those who choose to experience it, and even will have you years later remembering this show saying, "Damn, this was a great anime." Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this anime, leave a comment down below on what you thought about it, and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe and hit the bell for more anime content. I'll see you in the next video.